Before the service began tonight, the Advent wreath was lit. And we've watched it throughout each of the 4 Sundays of Advent as an additional candle was lit. The light got brighter and brighter. And now with the lighting of the Christ candle in the middle, it's the brightest of all. That reminder that now that Christ has been born, the light of Christ is in the world. This is a wonderful visual and symbolic reminder that the light of Christ, as described in our lessons, as described in our collect, first came into the world at Jesus' birth, and it's been spreading ever since. But this symbol, this metaphor of light, it means something. It means something concrete and practical in our lives. It's not just a beautiful symbol of light. And we hear it all throughout the year, the light of Christ. But what does this mean, the light of Christ? First off, it means the very person of Jesus, the influence that he had on the world, the influence that he continues to have on the world, the influence that he continues to have on us. That is the light of Christ. But it also means the teachings, the example of Jesus, which brings illumination to the mind, new ideas, new understandings that we could not have without him. And it also means a new way of being to our lives, living with new hope, living with new joy. Again, something that we could not have without the light of Christ. It means, finally, a totally new kind of living, a kind of living we could not have without the light of Christ. So this light is not just a symbol, it's not just a metaphor, nor is it something apart from us. This light is something that we can be a part of. This light is something that we can live out in the things we do and in the ways we choose to be, in the choices we make, in the priorities we place, in the ways we speak, in the ways we act, in the ways that we treat people, in our very hopes and dreams, in what we work for, in our individual lives, in what we work for in our families, in what we work for in the world at large. All of this is our involvement in the light of Christ. Later in the service tonight, the candles that you are holding will be lit. And when you're holding that lit candle, think of this significance and symbolism of the light of Christ that I've been talking about, but recall, even more importantly, how it applies to you and why you are holding a candle that shows the light of Christ. Remember, Jesus first said, "I am the light of the world." But he went on to clarify beyond that. He said, "As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world." Because he was recognizing that there would be a time when he would no longer be with us in the flesh, that he could no longer do his work with his own hands. And so he made provision for us to continue his work in the world. And that's when he said, "You are the light of the world." No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under a bushel basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all in the house. In that same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. As you leave this service tonight, after you have put out your symbolic candle of the light of Christ, remember that you carry from this service, from this place, the light of Christ, and you carry it by the light that you shine forth through your lives. Let your light shine.